Cheri. Hello, it is Cheri. I am back in the craft camper. It is Thursday, November 30th, last day of November. Let me get this up here on my computer. I am live both on Facebook and YouTube. As you're coming on, make sure you say hello and tell me where you're watching from. I want to know where you're at, where you're located. Hold on just a second here. Let me get this going. Hello, Teresa. How are you? I'm having a pretty good day. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a better day now that I'm in the craft camper. But yeah, I'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's see, guys. Why isn't it coming up? Hold on. There we go. Let me get to my channel. Hello to all of you on Facebook. I want to see if I can do this. I want to share something here. Let's see. We're going to do that. I think that shows. Hopefully. I just put a link up to the new website. Hello, Bennett Bant. How are you? How are you doing? Hopefully you're behaving. Okay, I got it. I got it here. Let me get it up here. Because then I can see the comments on the YouTube, because otherwise they disappear and my old eyes cannot see. Hello, the PJ Mommy. How are you? Thank you for being here again. You just show up. I just love you so much. You just show up. It's so awesome. All right, we have Nikita, 86 in the house. Hello, Nikita. Hello, Marie. And we have Yali. Hello, nice heart. Thank you for that. You are a cheater grandma. Oh, I'm a cheater grandma. See, it's starting already, guys. This is how my morning started, where people like this R person here sending me lots of hates on the YouTube today. I'm getting lots of it. Oh, is it Tobiah? Tobiah. That's how I say it. I said it wrong a whole bunch of times. I'm sorry that you're sick. I'm so sorry. Let's see, we have, oh boy, I can't, I like hack the names. Okay, we have R says I deserve hate. We need to get rid of R. R, we're gonna, the negativity's gotta go, guys. Thank you, the PJ Mommy. I gotta talk about it. I shouldn't even bring it up, shouldn't even address it, shouldn't even give it any face value, right? Howdy, Patty, and we have, let's see who else. We have Erica from New Jersey and Lisa from Shropshire in the UK. And let's see, who else do we have over here? Hello to everybody. Hello, Amelia in Poland. We have Sandra in North Carolina. We have, oh gosh, Cheri. Something, is it Elaine? Oh, Flagstaff, Arizona. Okay, I missed your name. Hello to you. Patty says, sign looks good. Do you like it? I hung up the, yeah, I hung it just a little bit ago. Lisa, no, Lisa's in New Era. Lisa, I'm over by Stony Lake, guys. I shouldn't say that. It's going to yell at me. We're like neighbors, Lisa. Hello, how are you? We have Sandra. You made your first hat. Well, congratulations. And Roman in New Zealand, I think. I think that's what that is. I think. Oh, WLH4 says, ignore the haters. Oh, you know what? This would be my advice to everybody else. But I have it's hard, guys. It's hard. It's hard sometimes. It's really hard. Michelle, hello, just finishing up my day job. Oh, well, I'm glad you're hopping in and hanging out with us. Hello, Lisa. Marie says, big love from Wednesday, Ren, Shira, and their mama in Connecticut. Ren, Shira, and their mama in Connecticut. Well, a big hello to you. Thank you, RS. I did not make it. My daughter, Allison, one of my older daughters, crocheted this for me. Kind of in the like pioneer woman style colors, I guess, is what I kind of asked her for. She did it in like little black single crochet. Isn't it cool? She did it for me as a gift. Yes, Michelle, I agree with you. The PJ Mommy is an awesome lady. She just shows up and just helps me out, and I just really appreciate her, and everybody needs to go to YouTube and show her channel some love, because she is showing me love by helping me out. Thank you for the compliments on the sweater. Let's see, who else do we have over here, over on Facebook. I have to tell you guys, let me know how Facebook is going. I've been watching back, I don't know if trying to stream both and then also having my computer, I think it lags my internet. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to watch. If it starts getting really kind of flaky, it might be, guys, that I might end up just going strictly to YouTube or having to use some kind of streaming service. I really don't want to do that. I want to be able to do both to give people the option. But it might end up being that way if my internet can't, because when I watch it back and the sound doesn't match up with the video, and I don't know how it is for you guys watching live, but it's kind of very frustrating. So we have Lisa in Rochester, New York. Thank you, Lisa, for hanging out. MD, thank you again for the kind words. I appreciate you every time coming in here and cheering me up by saying like things that aren't true, but I love them anyways. Let's see, who else do we have? Lisa, I just started to think about purchasing a machine. What size do you recommend for beginners looking to make adult, I assume, hats, Lisa? And I do have, again, I wrote down a bunch of questions from people ahead of time. Adult and child size hats. Okay, we'll talk about that. Hello in Nashville, Tennessee. Deborah, hello to you. We have Erica in the house. Thank you for being here. Olivia in Egypt, guys, say hello to Olivia in Egypt. I have a Centro 48. I need to make a jumper for the kids. Can I with it? You absolutely, jumper meaning sweater. I believe that's what she means, because I didn't know that that's what that meant before, because in the States we don't call them jumpers. You absolutely can make a jumper. I showed this last time, I think, but here I keep my sweater. I made this on a Centro 48. So you can totally do that for the kids. You can do panels with the machines. Any of the machines do panels. You can do that. It says, Lisa says, I can hear some else right now. A man. You can hear a man? That's scary. I don't have anybody else in here. Maybe it's echoey. I don't know. Oh, I have someone, you have someone else's sound on your channel. Is that me? Oh, that's weird. Really, guys? Do I need to stop it? Ah, weird, 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 weird. Are you guys still getting sound? That's strange, guys. Over there on Facebook, they said someone else is like talking. Is it still doing that? It's gone now. That's really strange. That's really strange. Can I know the way or steps, please, for Olivia? Oh, to get started with the sweater, I need to do a video, guys. Okay. Over on the YouTube, let's see. There you are in that sweater. Here I am. Oh, wow, it's beautiful. Please tell your daughter. Yeah, I will let her know. I love it. I love it. She's made several of these, and they're so pretty, every one of them. You got more love that loves you than you got haters. You're all good. Thank you, Teresa, for saying that. I appreciate that. If you have trolls, that means you have made it right. You know what? This is the thing. I thought I'm kind of a tough ass, you know, most of the time. I really am. And it bites my butt that I let things get to me, and because I don't know why. I just yeah. Maria, they are my fur and birdie babies. They are all with me in my living room. All right, let's see. Haters have nothing else to do. They have no life. It just makes me sad, Nikita, though. It just makes me sad that people, I will tell you, the thing that does make me, like, infuriates me a little bit is the gatekeeping of the fiber arts. And it's not just in like knitting or crochet. It's also in hand embroidery too. Because I saw it too when I would do hand. It just makes me kind of, I just get really bothered by it, because people, making is so therapeutic regardless of how you do it, and crafting. And I am all about that. I'm all about like craft therapy and how it can help us. It's how I got through taking care of my dying mother. And I feel like there's a lot of us out there that this is kind of our solace and our way to, you know, in a world that's crazy, it's our way to kind of have our own peace and feel good about what we're doing and just have those moments. At least I get that from it. And it just burns my ass that people are so freaking ridiculous about it, you know? Oh, whatever. Like all the rules. Like if you don't do things a certain way, then it's wrong. And that's not... In an overly accepting society, it seems like it's funny how critical we are of each other, right? Yes, it just burns me. Okay. I have you on Facebook and YouTube, and they are only slightly off from each other, but all is fine. Thank you, Stacy, for sharing that. Thank you, thank you. I make a hat and it takes so long. You do it quickly and label it handmade. Aren't you ashamed? Evening Mist, I am not. And let me actually talk about that really quick. This is the thing. I don't sell any of my things, but even if I did, that wouldn't matter. That wouldn't matter. But this is the thing. I make all these hats. I don't sell them. I donate them to area shelters. Up until just about a month ago, I did it all out of my own pocket. So I've just started doing a business, and the way that I'm getting income to buy the yarn is for you guys watching the videos. So I'm monetizing videos on YouTube and on Facebook. Facebook has given me some problems because of all the people like you, Evening Miss, that have said that I have misinformation. So the only people that you were hurting, that person is hurting by thinking that I'm burning or hurting someone else by saying that I have my little buttons. You're hurting the homeless people that I just dropped off 40 hats to the shelter in my area. And I actually, for the first time, got to see some of those people that got my hats. And I'm here to say, ladies and gentlemen, if you can do this, I'm going to start crying. If you can make hats like these and give them to people in your area, it makes a difference. It makes somebody feel loved. Unlike the Evening Miss person, I shouldn't even say their name, like isn't giving any love out. All they're giving out is hate. The thing is, when I drop these hats off, I didn't want to I don't really talk about this a lot, guys. I tell you I donate, but I don't really want to go on a rant about it, because then people will say that that's being kind of self-righteous in its own right. So I don't want to carry on about it for too long. But I want to say that when I took those hats on Tuesday to the shelter, every one of them was different. So not one of them was the same, and they were unique. And the people that took some from me right away, they were just so overjoyed. They were just, and it just was so touching to me, because for me, it's fun to do it and I get a lot of pleasure in making, but then to be able to help somebody else when it's freaking cold out, actually it's warmer today, and know that I might be able to help somebody stay a little extra warmer. And that was because I got to do the fun thing that I like to do. I just want to tell people like that, go shove it up your ass. And I shouldn't say that. I don't know, go out and do something for somebody else instead of criticizing the people that are trying to help others. You know, that's it. That's it. People just assume that I'm selling, and I'm not. And even if I was, so freaking what? So what? I'm not harming you. And the buttons that I use, it's probably why a lot of my stuffs went viral, because it makes controversy, and then people talk, and then the algorithms are like, so I have to be somewhat thankful for these people that are dogging on me, because the thing is, without them, we wouldn't have this back here. Maybe. I don't know. But it just kind of got me down this morning. And then somebody hops on here now and says stuff, and it's just, guys, I need to let it just roll off my back, because that's what advice I would give to all of you. And now I need to just I'm going to let that go. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We're not going to give it any more face value, but it's where my heart's at today. I just feel a little beat up is all. And it makes me think about, well, I should change the freaking buttons and then there won't be any controversy. But then I'm like, I'm going to keep using them. So anyways, all right. So let me see what we got here, and then we'll get into questions. Let's see. I don't think it matters how it's made as long as we enjoy it and make something beautiful. Nikita, amen. A sticking man. I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Have some barbecue wings for my lunch right now. That sounds actually good, even though I don't eat them anymore. I would probably eat them if yeah. W04, I'm deaf and reading your lips. What did you say she does with the hats? I understand she doesn't sell them, but what did you say again? I donate them to shelters in my area, and I actually give them away to seniors too. I'm actually making a whole bunch of them to donate on Sunday for these senior things we're doing. Better not use a sewing machine, PJ Ron. If you're going to judge, use a name. This is the thing. If I was a woodworker, which my dad used to be, he's dead now. He's no longer with us. But he used to use a lathe. He used a table saw. He used all kinds of tools to make his handmade stuff in his wood shop. And that's okay. Nobody would question John made handmade things, but he used all of that machinery to do it. Ay, ay, ay. And I don't claim to be a woodworker. But boy, oh boy. Well, actually, here, let me just hop into the first question I have, and then I'll come back and talk about it. So talking about handmade, if there are other people out there that want to get upset, I was going to talk about silicone static for I'm going to talk this one thing, and then I'll go back into your questions here, and then we'll talk. I wanted to talk about these. Okay, I know this looks really weird, but I couldn't find any more of my silicone earplugs. I use these not just for my knitting needles, for the handmade blanket that I'm working on. Just in case all of you haters out there want to know if I hand knit. I do, right here. See that? You take a screenshot. Go ahead. Not that it matters even if I didn't, because when I started using the machines, I couldn't. But anyways, I brought it out here because I had used up all my silicone stuff last season, and I got to get some more. You can use these silicone earplugs like this. You can get, that has fuzz all over it, but you can get them at the Walmart or wherever, like wherever they sell like earplugs for like swimming. And you can stick them to the front of your machine and run your yarn over it if you're having problems with like tuck stitches and or even drops if your machine is having that trouble. Usually drops aren't because of static, but it can be, and I'll talk about that here in a minute too, because I had problems yesterday, guys. But anyways, I wanted to show these fuzz all over them dirty silicone earplugs are really like squishy, because you can just stick them to the front of your machine. Let me set my knitting down, and then I will show you. Hold on, let me grab a machine. I'm gonna grab this one because it's littler. What I do on my Centros, I don't use this on my Addy so much, but on my Centros, I like squish it right onto there like that, and then I run my yarn across it. You want to just be careful not to get it too tight, and you want to use a clean one. This one's really dirty, but that helps with like right now this time of year when it's dry out, because I did have somebody ask me about that, like static. The other thing you can do is just cut yourself a little piece of dryer sheet, and as you're holding your yarn when you're cranking, that will help too. Okay, let me put that back. And let me put this back. But you can also use the silicone for like a little stopper so your knitting doesn't fall off your knitting needles. That's how I use it for that. So they're nifty. It's nifty. And look at the blanket, guys. I've been working on it some more, but I still have a long way to go on that. Okay. So, all right, I did all my ranting. I feel better about myself now that a little bit. All right, let's see here. Oh, I see. Hopefully I'm not buffering. I'm buffering on here, but hopefully I'm not. All right, okay. Let me see what I got over here, and then I'll go to my pad. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go back up here. The other thing somebody has used that they mentioned was... magic thread. Is that what it's called? I wrote it down. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Thread magic. That's what it's called. I've not used that. I know there are several people in our group or in the groups that I'm in. Hello, Kim. How are you? Yeah, Lisa, I agree with you. She said if you use sewing machine, it's considered handmade. This is no different. Absolutely. Hello, Angel in Thailand. Hello to you. We have Edwin in Puerto Rico. Hello, Edwin. You were here last time. Thank you for coming back again. For all of you that are returners, just block them all. Erica, that's what I need to do. I need to just block them. Okay, so then I think I don't know, do I have any questions or just comments here? Edwin, get oil perfume so it can slide whatever they say. Yeah, that's true. Whatever they say slides off. Sending you hugs from South Wales. Thank you for that. You were doing an amazing job. I love watching you. Thank you. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. Sandy, you help me and don't let others get you down. Keep on going. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the kind. And that wasn't what I wasn't trying to be seeking for the praise, but I just, it's just tough, guys. Jamie, dryer sheets. And I know that sounds kind of like a little trite because I'm like, oh, it's just tough with these comments on my I don't know. It's like, it reminds me of middle school, and that just makes me, I have a little PTSD from middle school. Lisa, any random act of kindness is a wonderful thing. It can only, everyone cared one out. Oh, it's so true. If we all just do a little, and I kind of want to build on that a little bit, guys. I have some ideas, and I don't really want to I don't want to announce it yet, but I have an idea for the whole cranking for community and doing hats for donation. And I'm kind of stewing on what to do with that, because I want to build a community of people that are doing that. Even if you're making to sell, I would like to get in I would like a group, and I might put something together aside from even the group that we have over on the Facebook, which is Crank Knit Community, which is awesome. If you're not in there, you need to go. Okay, so we're going back to Lisa wanted to know about the size. Let me go through my list of stuff here, and then we will Thank you, the PJ Mommy. I like it. I love hand knitting. I love crocheting, but I do more of my circular knitting machine than anything else. Let's see, Nikita, I have just finished Frog. Did I see it in the group? Did you post it? I saw a Frog in the group really quick before I got on, and then I'll have to go back in and comment. I want to make 2 as Christmas gifts under the tree, and I also had a bit of trouble with it. Nice advice. Okay, you are so pretty. You must be one beautiful teenager dog girl. Woohoo! Thank you, RS. That's nice of you to say, but I think you need some glasses like I have here. I use silicone to earplugs and attach Thread Magic to that, and it works great. Teresa, I need to try the Thread Magic. I'm just now starting to have trouble with the static. And some of it is the yarn that I'm using. I did my video. I actually just edited it for tomorrow. It's Friday. And I used a different yarn that had some wool in it. And boy, guys, you'll have to watch the video because I had some issues with it. A little bit of issues. Let's see. Would like to know about your life. I mean Q&A. What would you like to know about my life? I am happy to share. I'm an open book. I have to make a Kraken for a friend of mine's kid who, that would be cool. A Kraken. All right. Thank you, PJ Mommy. She shared the group link. I do have the link. I think I posted it on Facebook for my website. And on my website, I got fuzz now, probably from pulling my knitting out there. It has like the link to the CranKnit community. It also has the link to supplies. I have an Amazon affiliate store that has some of the stuff in it that I use. Also, I have the one-on-one Zoom. I mentioned that on Tuesday. I still have openings for that. If you want to Zoom, you can sign up there, find out more information about it. Or you can get links to any of the videos, like what we do if you want to watch past lives or any of the tutorials that I've done or any of the Friday hat videos if you want to watch those. Okay, so I'm going to hop into these. Go ahead and keep putting any questions you might have in the comments, and then I'll go back through and I will see if I can address them. But I wanted to say, first person here, Elmo 0558 on YouTube, dropping stitches on the Centro. I have something to show you guys. Okay, so I typically do not, I'm not a proponent of using like the drill attachment, right? But I've been cranking out lots of hats and my shoulder gets a little tired and so does my arm. So since I have the Loomba and I have 2 Centro 48s, I've been using the attachment on my Centro. And I've used my Centro a lot, guys, but I have to show you. And I started having trouble last night, and it's because of this guy. I don't typically have problems. With drop stitches. Mainly because I am very careful to hold tension on my yarn while I'm cranking. If you watch any of the videos I do, I always hold my yarn, which then, in turn, I have a tendency to do tight, like pretty tight knitting. So, it's almost as if it's in the real tight tension all the time because of the tension that I put on the yarn. If you're using the Addy, there's no tension guide, so you just have to use your hand anyways. But since I've been using that drill attachment a lot, I don't know if you guys can see this. We'll go this way first. Here, hold on. I'm wearing out my machine in the yarn keeper. I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to cut. It's like cut in. It's cut in. So now, if I'm not really careful, and I don't keep that constant tension, it's not sticking out. The yarn's not sticking out as far now because of it getting in there, and I have to be careful or it'll start to drop. And yesterday I was working on more hats. I've got a pile. I keep pointing back here, but I got a pile of them back here. I was working on more hats for this donation on Sunday, and I got to like 120 rows. Y'all know, for those of you who have experienced this, I got to 120 rows, and then I wasn't paying attention. I looked down, and it has the long string of like 15 stitches that didn't take because it dropped off with the feeder here. So I thought, I'm not going to try to fix that many. I'm not, especially with the yarn. I will tell you one thing. I'm going to talk about yarn too. But I will say, let me grab it. I use a lot of Soft Secret yarn, which makes a beautiful hat. But if you have to fix stitches, it has a tendency to split. The soft yarns are not as easy to fix tucks or drops than the less expensive, more acrylic yarn. If you have something that's more twisted, it splits real easy and it's not as easy to fix it. So I had to start all over. And that happens and it's frustrating. And that's one of the reasons why I started doing all of this, was because I wanted to help any of you getting started so you're not having that problem. And when you have the drops or the tucks, you start to be like, holy crap, this isn't any fun. I'll just go back to like trying to crochet or hand knit or do something else because I'm not enjoying this, right? Hold on, I'm gonna hang this back up. So in sharing that, I have to say sometimes I think the machines, if they're not just so, can be a little problematic along with the yarn. So tension is always an issue if you're having drops, and whether it be the machine is not allowing for the yarn to get to where it needs to be picked up, or you're not holding constant tension on the yarn. And even if you're holding the yarn, guys, and you have it in the tension guide, if you're getting a lot of yarn drag as it's coming either like off your spool, meaning that you get pull and then it's loose and it's pull and then it's loose, you want it to not do that. If your little tension thing is going up and down and up and down, I'll show you. I'll grab the black and white one. If when you're cranking, this guy's going up and down a lot like that, that's not good. Because what's going to happen is, it's not that it's the worst thing in the world, but if you're getting loose and tight and loose and tight and loose and tight, that you have a greater chance of dropping stitches. So you want to try to master that, where this tension guide, you're holding it, it's going through, and it's not really moving too much. It just kind of hangs out there. Now, there's a reason why they have it like this, because, you know, it helps. That's, if it was just, you know, still all the time and you hit a knot and it didn't have this, it would break. So you have to have some give. But the whole thing to mastering this is keeping that guy like level and not going up and down a lot. Now, sometimes I do better at that than other times. I've not completely mastered it myself, but I'm just telling for you that are beginners, that's something to like look for, okay? You don't want it doing the thing like that. I'm not going to tell you what I think of when I do that, but you want to keep it, you know, level. I'm going to set that down there in case I need to do it again. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful for Elmo 0558. That was on YouTube that she asked that question. We have Laura Ingram on Facebook. The pros and cons of the machine. She wants to get one, but she's worried that it will just frustrate her. I can't promise you that you won't get frustrated, Laura, because in the beginning, there were a couple times I almost like chucked it because I was trying to use the yarn I already had, and I was hand looming. I have the hand looms. I was doing that before I bought the machine because I didn't want to spend the money on the machine, because just like Laura, she read the reviews. I read the reviews too. And I read that the Centros were total crap and people said they were garbage. And I didn't have the money at the time, a year ago, to be putting money into the Addy. So I got the Centro 48 thinking, well, we'll see how it goes. But all I had was Red Heart yarn. And Red Heart Super Saver, mind you, and it doesn't do very well. So I tried, and then I got frustrated, and my daughter Allison, who made my sweater, said, let's figure this out. Let's figure out what the stitches are doing. And she just kind of said, you know, keep on trying. And I was watching It's Me Polly B at the time on TikTok. That's where I first saw it. She had an Addy, but I didn't want to spend $250 on the Addy, because that's how much it was then. So I got the Centro. I fought with it for a while, and I eventually figured it out. And I eventually figured out most of the time the problems with the machine have to do with the user or the yarn, not the machine necessarily. Now, there are times the machine is an issue, but usually it's because the user did something to it. Like for me, now my feeder is a little messed up, and it's because I was using the little driller guy. Because what happens is it's constant friction, and this is acrylic yarn. It's like plastic. It's gonna, plastic on plastic, it's gonna wear it eventually. So, so yes. So hopefully, Laura, I do think you should get one because I think you'll like it, and you can get in the groups with us and we will be happy to help you troubleshoot. And just like anything else, there's a learning curve, but we're here for you. I'm here for you. That's what I do. I'm here for all of you to help you in any way I can. And I learn a lot from, I learn just as much right back from all of you too. But that's why I do what I do, so I can help you and make hats for people. Keep their heads warm. Okay, so we have Veronica, I think that's how, on Facebook. How much do you sell your hats for? And I told her, I said, I think that was what I wrote down. Veronica. I can't read my own handwriting for her name, so I'm sorry. But she asked how much I sell my hats for, and I said I don't sell them, but I'm happy to talk about pricing because I do have experience with selling craft goods, people. I have a lot of experience with it. I just am not selling my hats right now, and I will tell you why. I probably should, because I get like a bazillion messages all day long on selling hats. I don't have a lot of space. I don't have a lot of time. I love doing the content. And if I'm going to be shipping, and it's not to say I won't sell them in the future, I may, to help fund continuing to make the hats for the shelters and the seniors in my area. But right now, no, just because logistically, I don't want to have to deal with the shipping and the logistics of all of that. But I do have a lot of experience selling like crafted goods, mainly signs, mainly wood, handmade signs. Yes. But this is my thing. There's lots of thought out there, lots of theory on selling crafted goods. And my thing is cost times 3. Now you can look it up, and there's some thought to doing cost times 3. Then also doing what you want to charge. Let's say $10, let's say $20 an hour. One hat maybe takes you half an hour or so, so $10 for the hat. So you do cost plus material. So then you do cost times 3 plus whatever your cost, like your hourly rate plus material. You add those two together, what the answers are to those two problems, and then you divide it by 2. And then that would give you the average between the two. I just do cost times 3. That's my theory because it's going to be the higher of the two generally. But you have to get what your true cost is. Now that isn't including your hourly, what you would charge, or like what you would charge for your time. But for instance, like if I was doing a hat based on like Lion brand Heartland yarn, let me see if I can find a Lion brand hat. I don't know if I have one right here. Well, this one was a Lion brand hat, but this is going to be different because of the way I do it. Most hats, most adult hats are about 100 grams in weight. And my mother-in-law got me this little trusty like food scale. I got a new battery for it because my battery went haywire because I had something setting on it and it was automatic. And yeah, well, anyways, this is great because I can figure out how much yarn I have left in a skein or in a ball, and I can like weigh it on this. If it was a little bit bigger, it'd be better, but I could probably put something on there, tear it out, and then figure it out. So if you can get like a food scale, that's great. But it's about 100 grams or so for a hat. So if you figure out how much like a skein of yarn costs, so like for Heartland when it's not on sale, it's about $6.50 or so at, I don't think I have, oh here, this is what it looks like. This is what I'm talking about, this yarn right here. I love Heartland from Lion brand. I think it's about $6.49, $6.50 full price at Joann. It's different wherever you go. I think Michael's is a little less expensive. Joann, you can get it on sale. I wouldn't base it on sale price. So you do your cost of yarn. You also have, and you take how many grams are in the skein and divide it by, you know, like figure it out cost per gram, and then you can figure out what the cost of the hat is. I figure it's about $5 in yarn is what I figure for an adult hat for me. And then my poms, they're about $1.50 a piece, the ones that I buy. And then I have the buttons, which are about, well, now they're about 8 cents. When I bought them, they were less. And then you also have the tags. I pay like 97 cents a tag, and then another 47 cents for the little heart rivet thing. So if you add that up, that's about $8, guys, for one hat. That's kind of a lot in cost. But you have to make sure you have your costs, like all of your costs. Like what does it cost you? Now, if you have any kind of overhead or expenses like that, you should probably like throw that stuff in there too. So you do that times 3. What, you know, that's where I'd price it. So like somewhere between 24 and whatever dollars, that's where I'd be at with the hats. So I would probably go between 24 and 30 depending on the cost of my yarn. Now some people would say you're not going to be able to sell hats in your area at that much, but then I have a whole nother thing about that. Like it's perceived value, and if you're confident and you can market your stuff really well, I think you can get what it's worth. Now the people that hate me that like the person that came on and said, how can you, now they might get their panties in a bunch if you're at a craft show and they're knitting or crocheting and they're trying to sell for the same and they can't. We live in a capitalistic society, guys. We compete against each other. That's just the way it goes when we're making handmade goods. So it's just all in how you market it. And I think if you have more value to like the way you present your products, the way, but I don't know how she is selling. If you're selling online, that's a whole nother ball game. But anyways, I would probably price it around $24, $24 to $30, depending on what my cost of yarn is. Okay. Kristen on Facebook, which machine for beginner? And this was, I think, Lisa maybe asked about the recommendation for a machine. I would go with a 48 pin. If you want to make kids hats to adult hats, the Addy is a way more expensive machine. And now it's went up again, guys. I saw it's like lots more expensive than it was. And it does this time of year, it goes up. This is a nice machine, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's a great machine. Will you still have troubles? Yes, you will. Depending on your yarn, you will. It'll still do stuff sometimes. But the size hat, it's a little tighter. And if you knit tight, if you're holding it, knitting tight, I don't like the fit. It squeezes my head. I have a bigger head, I guess. I don't know. It squeezes my head. I don't like it. So I like to make the hats on the 48. The other thing is if you have trouble where you have to fix a stitch, it's way easier on the 48 than it is on the Addy. Because the Addy has this keeper right here. It makes it lots harder to fix your stitches if there's a problem. It's not to say it's impossible, and I do use that more for stuffed animals than I do for hats though. Because and now if I'm making kids hats, I'll crank them out on that because it can be a little tighter, it's fine. But for universally, I would start with a 48. And if you're a crafter, like me, you have a tendency to want to try things and not sure if it's going to be for you. I'm going to save you some money. Go spend $60 on like a Loombot or a Centro 48. And I'll show you the Loombot in case you don't know what it looks like. This is the Fat Brain Toys Loombot, the teal and white one. That's the one I use all the time now. It's starting to crank a little harder. You're not going to hear it now but now that I've been using it, I think, it's starting to get a little tougher to crank. I still like it. It cranks better than my Centro, but that one's way older. So anyways, 48 pin, that's what I'd start with. If you want to make stuffed animals, I would not get the Centro 22. I would get the Addy 22 because the smaller machines are more finicky, and even the Addy's finicky. So, but if you want to make stuffed animals, then I would probably get that too. That combo together is great. But I would start with the 48 and see if you like it. And then let people gift you the other ones. Tell them to buy them for you. Save yourself some money. You can buy more yarn. Think about that. Think about how much more yarn you can buy if you buy a $60 machine versus a $200 machine. Now, like my Centro 48, I'm going to have to probably replace it again because it's like I'm wearing it out. But how many machines can I get? It depends on what you're doing. Like how many you're going to do, like to what degree you're going to do it. Okay, so hopefully, Lisa, did that answer your question? I would start with the 48 pin. That's me. Not everybody agrees with me. A lot of people are like, these machines are not good. They have problems. They do. It's a toy. So, but I think it's a great place to start. All right, so static prevention was what I started with, and then what yarns do I prefer and why? I prefer a shiny yarn because it goes through the machine a lot better. Let me hang both of these up so I don't hurt them, and then I'll come back and answer any questions I have on there too. Hold on. Uno momento, por favor. Alrighty. Uno momento. Okay. All right. Okay. I do like the shiny better because this is a Yarn Bee Glowing. It has a little bit of a sheen. You can see it. The Heartland has the sheen. I like the sheen in the machines. It has a tendency to do better. So if you're starting out, this is Hirschner's Supreme Worsted. Shiny. Back here, I have all the tubes that are Karen Simply Soft. This was the one though. Oh, this isn't Karen Simply Soft. This is the Yarn Bee Soft Secret. Guys, this one is the one that I had all the drops last night that I was talking about. The other thing that annoyed me about this, I love the Soft Secret. Look at how many knots. I had to do tie-ins because there were so many knots. I don't tie the, if you have a knot, I don't like work the knot through my machine. I cut it, lay it in like it's a color change, and then I lay it in again so that you don't have, now obviously you have the knot back here, but at least you don't have the knot on the surface of your knitting, if that makes sense. So I always, if there's a knot in the yarn, I cut it out and I lay it in like a color change. But anyways, this is the this one is Karen Simply Soft. This is the one, I haven't finished it yet, but this is the one we did Tuesday. I need to finish all my tubes. I haven't, I just keep making them. I haven't finished them yet. I'll do that probably Saturday, even though these have to be done for Sunday. But Karen Simply Soft, I bought a bunch of that when it was on sale. But the shiny yarn, I just prefer that. That's not to say that I don't love other yarns. What did I do with my, this? Oh, here. When I first started, this is one of the hats I made when I first started. And this, if you guys have seen this, this was like, Katie did one like with this yarn, I think. I think this was like a viral hat. I love this pattern, guys. This is, I love this yarn. I even tried my hand. This was old because this is like too thick and chunky. I think I did this on the 48. This was my very first like first and only, and maybe I've made 2 head warmers. But this one's too, I think it's a little too big. But I love this pattern. I love this yarn, and I talked about this before. I love their patterns. I love their patterns. I love the colorways and the way they knit up into hats. They make gorgeous hats. But I remember when I did this one, and I did this on my 48, I fought and fought and fought with this yarn. I had so many tucks with this yarn. And I just had to go really slow because it was just tucking and tucking. So there's times when I will fight the yarn just so I can get the finished product. But just know that sometimes yarn like this is more problematic. So like you can get like a shiny yarn that has a colorway that's really pretty. This was the facets yarn that I used. Now this knit up really tight. This, guys, I'm going to do a video. I finally got all my yarn in. I'm going to talk about this kind of yarn. I'm going to do a video on it with like a yarn review because I have some other ones to talk about. But you can still get colorways that knit really nicely and easily in the machine that aren't as struggle. It doesn't put you on the struggle bus like this. But you know what, guys? Look at that, though. I love the pattern. So, okay, that's all I have there. Let me look and see. Oh, let me see if I missed what I missed, if I missed anything here. Iris, what do you, other than knitting, what are your hobbies? Oh, my family and walking. Actually, walking. I love to walk. I now I only do it about 3-4 times a week. I used to walk 5 miles every day. I don't do that anymore. But I love walking and being outdoors. So thank you for asking. And I have a very large family. I have 8 children. Let's see. I have 5 of which still live with us. The others have moved out recently. Some of them have moved out. So, but I see that he's probably not, or they're probably not. Yeah, there was some inappropriate stuff that was probably asked there. So, is it okay to crochet and knit when your teenager people are mean to me for it? Absolutely. Is it okay to crochet and knit? Absolutely. I think someone's asking, someone's making fun of them. You know, here we are. I was bullied too. Don't let the bullies win, right? Did I take any classes on learning to knit on the Centro? Because I'm unable to get a hold of it, maybe, is what they're asking. I didn't. I just watched lots of YouTube videos, guys. That's what I did. And sometimes I struggled because I didn't even understand the double, like the tube at first and how the double beanie worked. I didn't understand it. Thank you. The PJ Mommy said the plaque, and it's kind of shiny. I didn't know where else to put it, but it's back there. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. The kids are, like, my kids were like, no way! They thought it was really cool. I am super, I mean, guys, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the following that has been on all of my social media. Every single one of them. I've just been, it's been a blessing, but sometimes, like this morning when I'm reading the comments, it gets a little much. Let's see, so much work. Okay, wait a minute. That is really, something about, I must have missed something about the frog. I don't know. I never thought about weighing. Great. You know what? I didn't think so. I thought that was a little, somebody had mentioned it, and then my mother-in-law saw, and she sent this to me, and she's like, you got a scale coming in the mail. I hope that's okay. And I thought, well, I don't know if I'm going to use that. I use it all the time. I use it all the time because I'll have like yarn like this left, and I'll try to figure out, okay, how much can I use? Because I know it's about 100 grams to do a hat. I usually try to overestimate, but I use it all the time to figure out if I have enough yarn left to do a hat. And I use it more for that than figuring out cost. But if I was selling, I would have a scale because you could figure out your actual cost then. A lot easier. My daughter doesn't have a channel. Let's see. Yeah, the PJ Mommy says you can get replacement gears on Etsy. I have thought about trying to do that for my Centro 22 because I think I did burn up the gears in it, guys, and that's why it's not so great. And I thought about, I'll have to talk to Mr. Bant about this, but I thought about getting replacement gears, and then we can see if that's why. Because let me show you what the Centro 22, I might have put it, where did I put it? It's down here. It's the rabbit ear one. When I put yarn in it, it just like, it does the kunk, 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 you know, it sounds fine when there's nothing in it, but when you get any kind of like resistance on it, and I think it's because I tried to put really heavy yarn through it, and I think I kind of stripped some of the gearing. So I've thought about maybe getting a replacement just to see if that fixes it. If it does, because I don't want to say don't get this because it doesn't work, even though I do know that, like, for me, I fought with this in the beginning, but I was also trying to use yarn that maybe wasn't real appropriate for it, if that makes sense. And this is a lot less expensive. It's missing I kept the tension guide. It should have one on here, but I took it off to save it in case I needed it for the other ones. But anyways, I've thought about that. That's a good point, that you can get the replacement gears. I know you can get replacement needles too for them, I believe. All right, let's see. Hello, Kay in Texas. Dog Lover just joined. Thank you, Dog Lover, for coming and hanging out with us. They said, I don't know, I've been trying to crochet, but as soon as I have got the double loop, it's been a struggle. You know what? This is the thing, Dog Lover. Let me tell you. I could not crochet or knit when I started. When I started using the machines, I couldn't do any of that. I really didn't know anything. And it's because of the machines that I've kind of learned more about stitches, and as I've worked on projects, growing my skill, but it's little by little. I will tell you, I'm doing a yarn or a pattern review that'll be up on Sunday, and I had to do waste yarn, and I had to close it, and I had to redo some of my stuff because I still sometimes struggle with with my crochet hook and keeping my tension and all of the things. So I'm still a newbie at it too. But you could try the knitting machines. I won't say in the end, the project is very satisfying. It's not exactly the same as crocheting or knitting, but at least you get that same textile. Like, you get to work with yarn, you get to make something, you know, nice like a hat, and it feels very satisfying. Maybe in a little bit of a different way, but it's still kind of similar. Let's see. Let's see. Oh no, I was reaching to your tube you were working on and then had dropped stitches and had to stop. Oh, you had, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. What does shiny yarn mean? Okay, Vicky, it means like you want a soft yarn with a sheen. And let me show you, I will show you the difference here. So here, let me show you the difference here. I'll show you in this white. This is, I love this yarn, and it's white, so this maybe isn't the best thing to show. Hopefully I can get it to do it. So this is, I love this yarn. It's a little more matte. It looks shiny, but this is Kieran Simply Soft. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see if I put this like this. Nope. Let me try a different color because that's not going to work. Let's try our Grinch Green here. See how this is kind of the lighting. See how it's kind of matte? It doesn't have a sheen. This is Big Twist Value. This is what I use for all of my stuffed animals. This is Hirschner's Worsted 8. See how it doesn't have, it's like matte. It doesn't have a shine. But then if you look at, like, here's some Soft Secret. And here, what did I do with and here's the Heartland. See how these are shiny? This one is especially shiny. This is Yarn Bee Soft Secret. But see how that the purple or the violet, whatever you want to call it, see how it has a little bit of a shimmer? If you feel the yarn, it's like silky, if that makes sense. It's still, this is all still acrylic. You can use other yarns too that have other things in them. Like I use, let me see if I still have the red hat here or if I packed it away. I might have packed it away. Hold on. I use the Wool Ease. Nope, I still have it. This is not shiny, but this yarn did really well in the machine. So this is another, there are yarns that are not as shiny, but will still do well. This is Lion Brand Woolies, recycled woolies from Walmart. I got it from Walmart and it did really well. But most of the time, hands down, the shinier yarn, the shinier it is, the softer it is, the better it will go through the machine. The yarn, I love this yarn brand yarn. Let me see if I have some more. That's like this green. This is what I made like the stuffed animals out of, like the snowman here. He's made out of, I love this yarn brand because Nicola in her patterns, that's the brand she used, and I wanted to do the same coloration. But it doesn't, it just cranks harder in the machines. And some of the patterns, this actually didn't do too bad. I was surprised. The Christmas yarn by, I love this yarn brand. But some of the patterns, because this is, I love this yarn as well, they don't go through the machine as well. So you end up struggling a little bit more. And when you're first starting, that can be very frustrating. Dog Lover says, oh yes, and those are made in the machines too. And these are made with Big Twist. See, Big Twist yarn from Joann's. I'm losing my words. My words are going away. So let me see what I have in terms of, no, stay there. Stay. Let me see what questions I have on the Facebook, and then I'll come back to YouTube because I know I have quite a few over here too. Somebody said, what about wax? Like for on the yarn or in the machines? Because I'll tell you, I always said that, you probably shouldn't, I'm not a proponent of taking your machine apart and re-lubing it, but I almost think that might not be a bad idea. I haven't done it yet. My husband and I have been discussing it. When we had to take the Addy apart, the Addy 22 to replace a needle, I have a video on that. And if you need to replace a needle on your Addies, you can watch that video. It shows you. Actually, it wasn't very hard at all. I was shocked at how easy it was to take it apart. So I think maybe we might try to, with my Centro, as my guinea pig, I might try doing that, and I'll let you guys know what I think, because I know there are a lot of people that do it and swear by it. Oh, hello, say me something, and I can't say your name. Is it Ismingao? I can't say it, but hello to you. Sorry I can't pronounce your name, and I hack names. I'm really bad at it. All right, let's see. Love your chats and all the knitted items you have donated and given away, and they are handmade. Sending. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for the kind words. Guys, I really appreciate that. More than you know. More than you know. Don't let them steal your joy. Thank you for saying that. Oh, thank you, Heather, for saying that. You know what? And I know better, I know better. It's just hard. Lisa, here in the UK, some people make hats. Oh, for premature babies, yes. I think what I'm gonna do is in the CranKnit community group on Facebook, I am going to put a post up there, and I want to get kind of a feel for how many people are making and donating. I want to get a feel for that. I don't know if you do that, Lisa, but I haven't called the area hospitals. That's something I would like. I would love to make little preemie hats, guys. I think that would just be, I think that would be awesome. I haven't called yet. I need to do that. I'll let you know what I find out. I'm going to call, I like to, I know there's mainly, a lot of the birthing centers have shut down, so that you have to go to a bigger city now. It used to be there were other places you could go and have babies, and now they make you have to go kind of far from where I'm at. So I might even have to go to a bigger city, but I'm going to look into that. But yes, absolutely. I do know that's a thing. I do know that there are people in our group that do that exact thing, where they make little baby preemie hats and donate them to the NICUs in their area. But I would love to do that. But I think I am going to put a post in the CranKnit community group, and then see, have you all, any of you who are making and donating, please post on that link. I'll do that later today, if not in the morning, because I'd like to kind of get a feel for how many people are actually doing that exact thing. Okay, let me see if there's any more comments here. I know I have more. I'm just scrolling through. It tells me whenever anybody hops in. So I have, hello, Judy. How are you? How are you doing, Judy? Judy's fighting, guys. We have to pray for Judy. Okay. I saw mass-produced hats today for $13 in supermarkets, so I would double that at least in the UK. 13 pounds, sorry, not $13. I just automatically go to dollars because that's what we have. Sanula, I don't know if that's right. Hi to you. So happy you're here. Anne said sage advice. Nicole, hello. I enjoy watching you and learning from you. I'm 52 and could never knit as much as I tried, but watching you gave me the inspiration. So now I start. Oh, see, I love that. Nicole, I love that so much. That makes me so happy. Connie says that she loves her Addy 22. I like my Addy 22 as well. I just have to make sure my cast on is loose. Otherwise it eats my yarn. Especially the big twist. It does. Joanne has Lion Brand Heartland for $4.54. In case anyone's interested, that's a bargain, guys, because it's normally like $6.50. So, yeah, that's not good for me to know. Not at all. Hello, Anne Marie in Sydney, Australia. And we have Claudia in Mexico. Erica, hello to you. I didn't make my sweater, Brenda. My daughter made it for me. We have Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Guys, you know what? I am just... you all, I knew that if I came on, y'all would make me happy. Let me see. Thank you for all the hearts over there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, Nikita. Yeah, she says they don't have those brands in the Netherlands. I'm still trying to figure out which brand I like and which ones I don't. Nikita, can you get hobby yarn? What is that, something like hobby? I'm going to do a yarn review on some yarn I just got from them. I don't know about Ice Yarns either. I have some yarn from them that I'm doing this yarn review with. It's all kind of similar. So I'm trying to find other places where other people in other countries can order, and it's like, this yarn works really well. I'm going to start testing more yarns. That's something that I'm going to be doing. What Centro do you use? I use the 48 or the Loombot, which honestly I think is a Centro 48, guys. I know everybody says I agree that I like my Loombot a little better than my Centro 48. I think it's the color I like better. But I do, honestly, I think, guys, I think they might be the same manufacturer. Dogler, I probably should do chores. I have to do them in like 20 minutes. So when it comes time, won't be as active. And that's okay. I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you for popping on. Sending love to Judy. The PJ Mommy says, so Judy, she's sending love to you. Yeah, if any of you are praying, people, please pray for Judy. She's fighting the dirty, nasty cancer right now. No, I don't mind at all you spamming hearts. You can do that all day long. Yes, Nikita, they are. It's an online. They have they do like bingo and stuff. I sometimes watch, they'll do live, they'll talk about their yarns and they'll do lives. And if you get on their Facebook, I think they do it on Instagram too. And I sometimes get sucked into those, and I've wanted to buy. Some of their yarn is pricey though. It's I'm like kind of cheap, and it's kind of expensive. It's a little expensive. Good afternoon, Beth Ann. How are you? I'm happy you're here. Hubby did that for me yesterday. See, I had enough for another in a skein. Oh, I missed what hubby did. What did hubby do? All right, guys. Well, okay. So I want to talk about just a couple things before I let you go. Does anybody else have any pressing questions? I know I probably missed some here. Jessica just started following you. Thank you for sharing. How do you hang your machines on the wall? I now have 4 of them. Oh, okay. So up there, I use for the Addies over there. Sorry, guys. Sorry on YouTube. I use the, they're just shelf brackets from Menards, like for 8-inch boards. And then I use for the Centros that I have mounted to the boards, I use 3M canvas wall hangers. And that's how I hang them up. And it works really well. It really does. All right. I know I missed, because there's a lot here. I probably missed some. I used to use, okay, I have used the yarn. I went to throw the centro, went through the centro like a dream. Chris, thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for all who are praying for Judy. It does mean a lot. Because prayer works, guys. Okay, where do you get your labels done for hats? In his Care One, I get them from Artie Fox Studios. Let me see here. I'll hold up the thing. You can do a little screenshot if you want. Artie Fox Studios. They have their own website, but I also I get them on their Etsy shop because they didn't have both like the ones that the size that I use on their website. So I get them on Etsy. I buy a lot of them at a time. Now, some people complain about the smell because they're done with the laser. I like it. I don't think it smells really bad, but this is what they look like. They're microfiber or micro suede, not microfiber. Micro suede, they're not leather. And they're really nice because see how bendable and flexible, and they're soft. See? So, so they don't bother you. Like typically I have them on the brim, like it's folded up, but if you wanted to wear it down, it's not going to bother you. So I also get my rivets from them, and every time I mention it, then they end up selling out of them. But I also get the little heart rivets from them. So it's nice to support another small business. So go support Artie Fox Studios. I think they're out of Florida in the States. I don't know that they ship internationally though, because I think some people from the UK have asked me, and I don't think. Yeah, they are a bit pricey. They are. So if you're selling them, make sure you include that in your cost because that's important. Are they washable? They are washable. But I will tell you, I have not washed them yet to see how they hold up, and I probably should, but I haven't. I think I would probably, before I wash, I would probably remove them because you can just unscrew them. But you could put them in a like a, what do I want to say? I don't want to say a nighty bag. What like for your like what do I want to say? Like lingerie bag. That's what I was going to say. That's what I would use if I'm going to wash anything, or I would hand wash. Even though you can put, you know, you can throw all of the yarn that I use, not all of it, but almost all the yarn I use is machine washable, but I still would probably hand wash the hats. I don't know that I would throw them in my washing machine because my washing machine has a tendency to eat things, but that's just me. The other thing is I have a house full of people, so I don't sort laundry. I just throw it all in unless it's like towels and sheets. So yeah, I'm not the best at laundry, guys. It's like, get it done. You wear the clothes. If they shrink, you know, whatever. You just have to wear clothes that are shrunk because I have too many people to wash for. All right. Okay, dog lover, thank you. Thank you for being here. Yes, mesh bag, PJ Mom. My brain, it's like menopause brain, guys. Okay, so I want to say a few things. Make sure that you're in the CranKnit community over on Facebook. If you want to get some support, some inspiration, hang out with like-minded people. Nikita says, I donate to hospitals, cancer patients, elderly homes. I have a collection of points at the few shops in the city where people can buy her goods. Oh, buy something and donate immediately. Oh, that's an awesome idea. That's an awesome idea. I love that idea, Nikita. Oh, okay, so I'm definitely going to put a post in the CranKnit community about donations and what everybody does, because I want to hear about how you do it or how you go about it. But anyways, I wanted to also say, I haven't got my stuff yet, but we have merch for CranKnitting now. So on the channel, on the YouTube channel, there's a store or a shop. You can see all the merch, but you can also see it on the website too, guys. And if you want to get some shirts or anything, all of that, anything that you buy from there I'm gonna use it to buy yarn to make more stuff. So you're supporting that. So I appreciate you if you would like to support the channel with some merch. That would be great. And then I get to see you guys all wear it because you got to take pictures and share with me. But I have mine coming. So if you want to wait until I get mine, and I'll let you know what I think of it, because I have not bought any of the stuff yet. These are my samples I just purchased that are coming. So, but that's up there. So if you want to support the channel. Also, I do have what's it called? What's it called? I did buy me a coffee. You can do that to support the channel. You can also do the one-on-one Zoom, guys. If you want any like one-on-one time with me, I have about 8 slots open for that. Okay, so I wanted to mention all that. Oh, and on the website, there's a place for it says sign up for like the email list. Get on there because I'm gonna start doing like a monthly newsletter thing. Make sure to get on the email list, and then that way it's another way for me to let you know what's going on. Because sometimes I know social media you don't always see everything. So I wanted to say that too. Do I have any hat tutorials? More Badger. I don't specifically have hat tutorials, but I will have. I have like a striped beanie coming out, cat ear beanie, and just a simple simple hat tutorial that are all going to be coming out in like a CranKnit 101 basics that'll be posted on YouTube. I'm just still finishing it up because I had to split it for the videos, and I'm still doing a few audio things, tweaks on it, but that's coming so that you can see I walk you through like beginning to end. But if you watch on YouTube, if you get in there and watch some of my either lives or my Friday hat videos, you're going to see, kind of get a good idea of how to use the machines too. I loved your work creating things, but it's a shame I'm Brazilian and I don't speak your language. Oh, I'm so sorry. I wish I could speak your language too. All right, guys. Well, I think I am going to let you go. I have lots of things to get done this afternoon. I do appreciate you guys. I'll be back live again on Monday, Cranking for Community, and it's another. I usually get about 2 hats done in talking. So that's another time that you can come and hang out with me. Again, it's 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Again, I want to give a big shout out to the PJ Mommy over on YouTube for moderating for me. I appreciate you so much. Please go show her some love over on YouTube. Go find her, the PJ Mommy, her channel, and make sure you send her some love. Yeah, thank you guys all for being here. I'm going to let Facebook go first. Again, if you have more questions, you can always reach out to me, and I will try to get an answer back to you. Thank you for watching. All right. Thank you, YouTubers. I appreciate you all. Again, the PJ Mommy, thank you. Thank you so much for helping me. I appreciate that so much, more than you know. You all have a great rest of your day. Go and make something. If you're on the fence about getting a machine, get one. Get one. Get in the CranKnit community over on Facebook and come hang out with us over there, and we'll be happy to support you in your knitting journey. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.